another great course, and particularly for the new participants or podsters that are on the line tonight. I don't want to go really too much into the history, but Karen is right. A few years ago, it struck me that we as a company had so many great things going for us with our great product, our company history, our track record, our wonderful research, all the great marketing tools, the great field leadership, and the partnership between the field and the corporate office, all of those things in sync and in harmony, built around the mission of inspiring healthy living. And sitting back a bit from, let's say, 10,000 feet and looking at really motivated, inspired people who somehow didn't seem to be able to progress at the speed that they desired. And we've always known that personal growth was a critical part to success within the Juice Plus family, particularly from the aspect of field leadership. And it just struck me that since we were built around this mission and this great company culture, that what we finally needed was a personal growth program that was compatible and really integrated into the Juice Plus culture and mission. And so I, with the blessing of Jay and Martin and Paulo Teixeira, I set about to try to put together a program, really not knowing exactly how this was going to work. Initially hoping to pick the brains of our top field leaders who have all gone through personal growth experiences and sort of gather, collate their experiences into an integrated whole built around our culture. And then KJ stepped up and helped me to put some meat on the bones here, because this is, as we all know, her specialty in her background as a certified marriage and family therapist. And things really started clicking at that point in terms of how we were going to approach this, what our final goals were. And we agreed that we needed a collaboration. And we vetted probably as many as 30 different names of industry experts who were potential partners in this effort with us. And as it turned out, KJ and I came independently to the same person who was our ideal candidate. I like to refer to my back of the napkin where I had sketched out the ideal characteristics of a partner who would be, and for the guys on the call, no offense, but all things being equal, a woman who would be professionally trained and degreed, who would have at least 20 years of experience in practice of helping people grow, and who had written at least one book, who had appeared on Oprah, who had given a TED Talk, and here we were with the possibility of dealing with the team of Brene Brown. It took some work to get there, but we finally cracked the very tight security around Brene and got her team enthusiastic about our program. And now I think they look at us and look at Karen as really pioneers and experts in this field with what we've done with the core of Brene's Brave Leaders Rising Strong program, customized especially and primarily by Karen to the Juice Plus journey and the Juice Plus rep experience. So we have the best of both worlds. We have the research basis, the research-based path and platform of Brene Brown. We now have the proven track record of the Brave Leaders course, and we have the customization to the Juice Plus journey. And I'm just so excited to see the program continue and to see the success that we've had with participants to date. As you know, this is a business built on relationships, and in your pod, you're going to build some great relationships based on your own personal sharing, your own personal stories, where you'll experience empathy and support in your own journeys for courage and bravery, but you'll also experience not just acceptance, but accountability, which we all believe is a really important factor. You'll find yourself growing not only for yourself, but for the other podsters in your team, because you'll be building this relationship and everyone will be growing together. So I just couldn't be more pleased to see that the program is succeeding, to see that it's growing and reaching more future Juice Plus leaders. And I just want to wish all of the new podsters on the line tonight all the success in the world. You have made a great decision. First of all, congratulations for qualifying to get into the course. And secondly, congratulations on your decision to accept the invitation, because this is one of the fast tracks, not only to success in this business, to success in life, our personal growth journeys. I think this course has helped all of us, not only to be better members of the Juice Plus families, but to be better members of all of our family relationships. And we just come through the holidays where we're a little overwhelmed with family. It's and I mean that somewhat in jest, but also we know what that's about. And the families sometimes bring out the best and the worst in us. But these relationships are part of life and part of growth. And this program is really designed to help you navigate that wonderful world in your Juice Plus journey to success. So Karen, I appreciate you letting me be part of the program tonight. And as always, I'll be in the background cheering everybody on, looking at the posts. I've told Karen and others before, if I'm having a bad day, I just go to the website and check the posts. And it's so uplifting just to read the comments and hear the stories of people's courage and bravery and success. It makes me feel good no matter what kind of day I'm having. So thanks again, and good luck to everybody this semester, shall we say.
Thank you so much, John. And little spoiler alert, John's going to be our keynote speaker for our luncheon in Sacramento. So we'll get to hear more from John and a little bit more details about what's been going on with Brave Leaders. You know, there's 3 roles in the Brave Leaders program. There's the podsters. Those are you folks that are going through the program as participants. There's your conversation coordinators. They're the volunteer national marketing directors who've experienced the program before and will be facilitating your Zoom pods and your Voxer chats. And you have your success partner. That is, in almost all cases, your upline NMD who locks arms with you to help you do the brave acts that relate what you're learning in the course to the advancement of your Juice Plus business. And tonight we have with us 2 people that are going to talk about the roles of the conversation coordinator and the success partner. Dawn Rathman, 100 Club member, Founders Award winner, wonderful human being, is going to talk to us about the specific role of the conversation coordinator and what you podsters can expect from your coordinator.
Well, thanks, Karen. And I just have to repeat, repetition isn't a bad thing in our business, I don't think. But, you know, I am so grateful to be, again, asked to be a conversation coordinator because it helps me grow. And the whole, you know, game of life really is evolving so that we can continue to, you know, bring out the best in ourselves and the best in other people. And that's what this program is all about. So I want to thank you. It's about teamwork. It's not, sometimes I'm going to share a few things that from my experience as a conversation coordinator, because sometimes people think the conversation coordinator is the deal. And the conversation coordinator is not the deal. In fact, I'll get to that a little bit more specific later, but the team is the deal. And just like I hope everybody's heard, a sports team, I mean, you don't have this amazing winning team year after year after year if you don't have team chemistry and value each of the players and the role of each of the players. So I'm just going to go into that a little bit. But again, thank you, Karen, for customizing this program for us and making it so relevant and getting it better all the time. We know your commitment, and it's an inspiration to us. And John, for your ability to get things done on that global perspective to make it all happen. And then obviously the support of Juice Plus Corporate and all the leaders, the NMB leaders who give of their time, and the word respect comes to mind. We all need to respect their time. They're just doing this out of the goodness of their heart, although to be honest, we get a lot out of it too, for sure. And the participants, and you're the main thing, right? So it really does take all of us working together to fulfill the vision we have for this program. And we could describe that vision in a lot of ways, but for me, it comes down to this. We want to help people go to those places they've never gone before, no matter what your level. And we want to bravely embrace your dreams. We want you to bravely embrace your dreams and achieve the success you've been looking for, both personally and professionally, as John mentioned too. And Karen always reminds us, and this is so true, we can take it to the bank probably, the way we do one thing in our life is the way we do pretty much everything in our life. So let's embrace this process of evolving the skills Brene lays out in the program. And that means be all in, play all in. Don't, have that, don't disrespect a part of it, because you're a bigger winner if you appreciate each part of it. And let's embrace it with the focus that it needs to cause transformational results. So how do we achieve transformational results? Well, I think it starts with that teamwork. And so what are those roles? Well, we've already heard Karen lay out a few of them, but, I think another thing that I've learned is a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs and smart people, they like to go through life with the Cliff Note version. You know what I mean by that? Just read a few things and go. And so I just encourage you to, if you want to get that smile on your face, that skip in your step, and that transformation that makes you feel like you're a kid again, don't do the Cliff Note version. Study it and look at it and talk to it on your Voxer chats and all that. It is worth it. But so transformation does require deeper study, and transformation is really the ultimate test in life, I think, because it involves learning lifelong skills that you can use in every area of your life. And so that gets me really excited about the potential of this program and the potential of another class. So again, I'm so honored to be served with that conversation coordinator. And so let me just go over a little bit the context of the conversation coordinator. Because again, we're not the main thing. So I see this as really having four main components of the course. To take one away would be a big disservice to yourself. The first one is the Brave Leaders course itself. And who's the leader of that? Of course, Brene Brown. To respect her work, to respect her research, and again, to really go into study with that to prepare your lessons. And the second component is the weekly Zoom call. And Karen, I just have to thank you so much for designing the appendix that we have for good tips on Zoom etiquette and Voxer etiquette and all that. But to take that seriously too, rather than the Cliff Note version, you just check in once in a while and, you get very little out of it then. So what are the roles of the Zoom call? Well, we've got the podsters, and it's really all about you. We've got the conversation coordinator, of course, who is a facilitator. And again, I'll get to that in just a minute, a little deeper. And then the agenda and the tool of Zoom on the computer, which can't be underestimated, because it is a tool that helps us build community, build the bonding, and really create that discussion where we have face-to-face, that we can see each other's faces. So again, my advice is take full advantage of always being on the computer with the Zoom. It isn't just a rule because we're anal. It's a rule that can help transform your life. Okay, and the third component is the application of the Brave Acts. So again, Karen has designed that and created that role of the success partner. So we want to respect the success partner. And a lot of times I've seen people, I can just, invite somebody into the team myself and do those Brave Acts or not myself, and kind of go into hibernation because they're not visible on that weekly Zoom call. So I know that Robin will go into that, but really that respect for the application component of this, which is inviting people into the team, doing 3-way calls, and using and respecting and trusting your success partner. And the last component is just the awareness of our targets and our results. We have to have something to shoot for. We can't be afraid of that. So being brave to look at those reports and to connect with our corporate business partner. And that's the team, guys. And when we have connect with all the team and everybody does their role, we can do a lot of winning. So I'm just gonna kind of wrap up here. What specific things might you think a conversation coordinator would do, and what specific things do we not do? Well, we are a facilitator, not a leader. That means leaders and coaches and people like that, we're used to doing that. Certainly as NMDs, that's probably one of our favorite things. We tell people what to do and what we think is a good idea, right? Our strategies and all that, but this isn't that role at all. So it's kind of hard when you guys, can't you tell me what you would do in this or that situation? Because they look to you as the NMD. But really, if we respect Brene Brown's work and respect Karen's affirmation that we do need to follow that system, we have to say no. We have to, instead, what does a facilitator do? They listen and they ask questions. And so those questions, so you might imagine now the Zoom call, we're working on a topic and something comes up and there's a challenge or whatever. And then you might say, what would you do? And then our role becomes, well, think about it for a minute. If you knew the answer, what would you do? Or maybe somebody else has an idea of, well, I felt that way another time and here's what I did. So it's my role as a conversation coordinator is to facilitate a conversation, ask questions, and let you find your own answers. Because back to Karen's quote, back to my idea of this vision is give a person a fish and he eats for a day. Teach a person to fish and he is fed for a lifetime. And that's what we want to do. We want to teach this transformational process and respect the process. So anyway, that's the conversation coordinator. I hope that's helped a little bit. And just to wrap up here, our goal of this program, in my opinion, is transformation, because our business isn't going to grow to a level we can't already achieve without that. And our strategy is to work as a team, respecting each role and each component of the program. Again, conversation coordinator, the program itself, the success partner, and the corporate business partner. And thanks, Karen. We're forever grateful for organizing the team.
Well, you're welcome, Dawn. And I know that I really admire the conversation coordinators, because all of you are successful NMDs that have all kinds of business knowledge, and you are sort of sitting on that to help your podsters discover the answers within themselves and to facilitate that growth among themselves. So it's a growing experience for the conversation coordinators as well. And our third role is the success partner. And what's so brilliant about this program is that the role of the success partner is simply to be a sponsor. The things you would do as a sponsor to help your team member move forward is just what you do. And I'm going to ask National Marketing Director Robin Eisenbeis. Robin, not to embarrass you, but Robin is a wonderful success partner. She is on top of it with her people, and some of the strategies and things that she does, I think, will benefit a lot of you success partners out there. So Robin, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you very much, KJ. And again, just want to thank John and KJ just for putting this program together. So my experience as a success partner is second to reaching National Marketing Director. That's how much fun and how exciting my role as a success partner was in my 6-year Juice Plus career. And I'm really looking forward to just sharing why. So this evening, I'm going to cover 4 main areas about success partners. The first is who is a success partner. The second is the role of a success partner. Third, practical applications, the how-tos for a success partner. And the fourth, which is the most fun, is the results. So number 1, who is a success partner? Success partners are the upline National Marketing Director to the podster, unless a discussion with Karen Jones has already occurred. As a leader, having the opportunity to be a success partner is truly a dream come true, because for the next 8 weeks, we have the opportunity to strategize, dream, connect with our teammates who are ready to personally grow and increase their businesses through 3-way connections. because these podsters, you've made a time and a financial investment in the Brené Brown Leader Program, and you are ready to really grow. So the second is the role of a success partner. It's our role is to lock arms with your teammates, encourage, support, and hold them accountable. And I'll get to the accountability part a little bit later. It goes back to what Dawn was talking about with respect. Number 3, practical applications, the how-tos for a success partner. So one thing that I did, and I really encourage you to do this, is daily or every other day Voxes with your teammates going through the program. Have conversations with them about how they're applying their Brave Acts in their daily lives as well as their businesses. And for the success partners who have gone through the program, we know this is a really deep program, and there's emotions that come up for teammates who really may need help processing. They may have breakthroughs, and they may want to share. So I just encourage you to be a good listener and let them know you're there as they are digging in and really embracing the course. Number 3 is the third part of our role as the practical step is the accountability. As I mentioned, is so key. I really want to encourage you to help them stay accountable to their weekly pod Zooms and their weekly assignments. We all know that life happens. Crazy things happen. But for 8 weeks, minimum of 8 weeks, if you can help them prioritize, make sure that, as KJ mentioned, no dogs, no kids, just really focus on this 1 hour for themselves, as well as their daily assignments. They will get so much out of this program. And we really hope that, they're going to build great habits that they will continue to grow for the rest of their distributorship and help them rise as they become leaders and duplicate the system. And lastly, we want to celebrate their success. I think oftentimes, we just get in there and we work hard and we forget about the success celebration. So Podsters, you will all have so much growth through the next 8 weeks and beyond. And, maybe if you're a podster and you've never done a 3-way call, maybe you're afraid. Maybe you don't even know what it is, a 3-way connection. It could be a Zoom, it could be a coffee, it could be a phone call with your success partner who is your upline national marketing director. When that first one happens, the success partner, it's your responsibility to celebrate with them, to just cheer them on and say, you did it, the first one's done, now let's do another one, because that is how they're going to grow and how they're going to grow their business. Maybe they have a brave conversation with somebody that they've been wanting to, whether it's a family, friend, or maybe somebody on their team. Really help them celebrate that. And then lastly, I just want to talk about results. This is my favorite part because, as I mentioned, I love being a success partner. I love getting to know my team better. It was like 8 weeks where I could just really invest in them. I love strategizing with each teammate in the program about what they wanted to do to make their businesses grow and what brave acts they were planning for the week. I loved helping my teammates dream. If you follow me on Instagram, it's Dare to Dream with Robin. And that's what I love to do. And oftentimes in our regular lives, we don't have time to do that. But the first 3 weeks, I really encourage people, podsters, to make a list of 25, 50, 100 people that are on your dream team. And those are people that your success partner is going to help you with your story, help invite to 3-way connection calls. And that's when the fun happens, because then you get to invite them to connect with your success partner. And it's so cool to see those dream teammates become teammates. So I also loved watching my team. I get really excited about this. I loved watching my team grow in their brave acts. And I love seeing that bravery continue. I have so many stories that I could share. And then finally, I just love seeing the promotions that happen as a result of the Brave Leader Program and our podsters making brave acts. So I just want to congratulate everyone on this call. because this program will revolutionize you personally, no matter what position, if you are not position, if you're a podster, a success partner, a conversation coordinator, it will revolutionize you personally and your business as each of us learn to be brave and step through fear.
Robin, thank you so much. And your energy is so contagious. I'm so glad you were able to give us some time tonight to really let people know the role of the success partner. And now John, let me unmute you first. Hold on. There we go.
That's why I raised my hand for permission. Oh, and I second your comments, Robin. Your enthusiasm is contagious and much appreciated. And of course, Dawn was one of several NMDs which actually helped us fine-tune the course. So your wisdom and your experience has been a tremendously positive impact on the program. But I want to share one little story before Karen wraps it up. As many as you know, I'm writing the story of the Juice Plus journey. And so it causes me, I'm constantly looking back these days and to the twists and turns, and particularly in the early days of Juice Plus, and how many times it seems like that it was a positive spirit looking over us, watching over us, and guiding us through some of these challenging times. And as I like to say from the author, Jason Jennings, great companies with great cultures are ones who do well by doing good. And it's many times when we're met with challenges and we're able to go through them, you get reinforcement that we are doing well by doing good. And one little example, weeks before we launched the first course, we were really struggling with the expansion of Zoom. Zoom is a fairly new technology, and we had already been using Zoom as a company, but now we're expanding it to much larger groups and much wider variety of settings. And there were some technical difficulties and challenges and frustrations. And one of my neighbors here in Colorado had a son up from Denver, and we had the opportunity to play golf at a special course. And as we're walking from one tee to the other, the son mentions to me, he said, Juice Plus, he said, I see that on my sales reports all the time. I mean, it's just showing up everywhere. I said, oh, really? What kind of sales are you in? He says, well, I'm in this technology business. I said, really, what is the name of the business? He said, the name is Zoom. I couldn't believe it. He was a regional manager here in the Rocky Mountain area for Zoom. That was on a Friday. Monday morning, Karen and I had an audience with the senior vice president of the Zoom company who was there to solve as best they could every single problem we had. Because I told her, we are about to explode your Zoom business and we need some help. We're struggling with connectivity and other issues. And there they were. And here we are today. So to me, it reinforces that we are on the right path, that we are doing well by doing good, and that this program is bringing an affordable solution to people who really need the help so that they can do well by doing good. So Karen, with that, I'll give it back to you. And I just felt compelled to share, as I often do. And thanks for giving me a moment.
No, of course, John. Our whole thing has had divine intervention. The year it took us to get Brene Brown to respond to us gave them a year to develop this program, and we were the first company to use it. And had we had contact with them prior, we wouldn't have had this program. So just a lot of divine intervention made this all happen. And John, I just can't thank you enough for your tenacity in this. It was inspiring the whole time. Okay, so we're on now to probably the most important role, and that is the role of the podster. I'm going to do a very quick PowerPoint here just to give you an idea of what the role of the podster is so that we can move on and give you that as well. And while I'm pulling it up, just remember, we are recording this. It's going to be housed on a playlist called Orientation on your YouTube channel that we have, our Micro Learning Center. And in your Grow Guides, in your success partner guides, all of you have the link to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So it's very helpful. All right, let's put this up here. Okay, so you'll see that there's a bunch of flags up here, and that's because we have participants from several different countries participating as podsters. This is a chance for your life to change. This is not an informational exchange. This is a life-changing experience. Those of you who commit to this journey, it's a year-long commitment, 8 weeks, and then once a month you will have your deep dives after that, starting in March. Your new life starts here. The old you, the new you can choose the path you want, and you have the luxury of your wonderful success partners, your conversation coordinators, and your podsters supporting you to make the kinds of changes you need to make to succeed in your life, to be happy in your life, and to have the satisfaction in your life that our Juice Plus business can bring. We have an honor system and a culture of trust because really we have a licensing agreement with Brene Brown to be able to utilize this course in a way that's different from any other company that's ever used it. And I also want everybody to save the date of April 2nd when you're in the Sacramento area and you're at our leadership conference, Sacramento Live. We will have a luncheon. It's a complimentary luncheon for all of you, but you will have to register. Don't worry about that now. In a month or so, we'll have registration, and it's for conversation coordinators and podsters only. Our philosophy is complete confidentiality, whether it's not sharing any of the Brene Brown tools or whether it's not sharing anything outside of your Voxer chat, the Facebook group, and your Voxer Zoom calls so that people feel safe. We speak the truth in love, in the sense of holding people accountable so they grow in a loving way. Everyone matters. The quiet people and the talkative people, everyone matters. And our philosophy for the course is no one is left behind. You bond with your pod, and you're in a pod of people at the same level. So all of you bond when you're Q and MDs to get to NMD. All of you bond when you're sales coordinators to get to senior sales coordinator. And as Robin alluded to, many times pods will stay together way after the course is over, and they'll take family vacations together, they'll have mastermind groups, and they'll stay together to help each person move forward. As I said, a one-year commitment. You prepare your online coursework for 8 weeks. We cover 6 modules in 8 weeks. So next week, you will have your very first online Zoom with your pod, but you won't be doing the online course for that meeting. You'll simply be getting to know each other, create your what's called your container of safety and confidentiality. And so all you have to do is show up for that. And some of you are actually starting on Sunday the 6th. So that means on Saturday the 5th, every Saturday, I will be giving preparing a message in Voxer, send it to your conversation coordinator, and you will have that message to help inspire your week and to give you the logistics of what's to be accomplished that week. In addition, your conversation coordinator will be facilitating your calls in a way that helps you to know what to do when and keep you on track. Pay attention to the Voxer and the Facebook group. Right now, we're still loading people into the Facebook group, but the idea is stay connected. I think it was Dawn that was saying basically don't use the Cliff Notes. Be there. Read the whole book this time. Your actual Brave Acts will start the 3rd week of the 8 weeks. So you'll really have 5 weeks with your conversation coordinator. Your success partner. Now is the time to do what Robin said, which is to beef up your Team Z or your memory jogger with names of people that you want to invite into the business. And you will have some components to cause cohesion in your pod. You've got your pod, your private Voxer chat, your weekly Zoom call, the secret Facebook group where you can get together with people in other pods, and of course our YouTube channel. This gives you a circle of support to help you stay accountable. You know, all the psychological research shows that it's a circle of support that helps people to stay accountable. And if anybody's read some of Brené Brown's new book, Dare to Lead, she talks about a lot of different philosophies. And one of her philosophies is clear is kind, meaning speak clearly to each other, hold each other accountable, and that really is being kind. Your role is to show up and play full out, to stay the course when it gets scary. Now, by definition, growth occurs outside our comfort zone. So you are going to be supported in moving outside your comfort zone so you can create the kind of growth that will enrich your life and help you enrich the lives of others. Be prepared before your Zooms, do the homework, keep your commitments, care enough to keep yourself and your podsters accountable. Protect that 1 hour Zoom call from any kind of interruptions. You deserve 1 hour a week to really be there for yourself in this growth experience. And be sure to stay current on your Voxer and Facebook. So like I said, your first call, which will be sometime next week, most people are starting on the 6th, and everybody has a call that week. Pre-test your Zoom. Make sure you know what you're doing. Don't have an orange face like I do. Look at your appendix, which tells you the Zoom and Voxer etiquette. Did you realize that it makes sense in Voxer to type out anything with numbers? To just hit the little heart button instead of saying yes or I like this or woo or whatever, so that it's easier for people to stay current and not be overwhelmed with their Voxer. Get to know each other, name your pod. You're going to post your pictures. You'll learn all about this when you have your first Zoom call. You'll post them in the Facebook group, but there is no online lesson in that first call. This is an example of a team that this is how they posted their pictures in Facebook. Sometimes people put the names with the pictures, sometimes it's in color. You can do anything you want to name your team and to be able to show that off on the Facebook group. Here's another way that another team, Team Audacious, showed their pictures on Facebook. The role of the conversation coordinator, just a quick overview, not a coach or a mentor or a guru. Simply supports a safe culture, sticks to the Juice Plus customization ideas, makes no business suggestions or recommendations, gives no advice, and helps you to realize the answers within yourself as a group facilitator. They encourage you to go deeper and stretch from your comfort zone, encourage peer accountability, keep your group on task. You know, sometimes if you have a group of 9 people, it's hard to get everybody to get a chance to speak. It's sort of like being in a big family. You don't get much dinner. So you're going to have to speak up if you're a quiet person, and you're going to have to let others speak if you're one of the more vociferous people. This is supposed to be fun as well as stretching, and your podsters can help make that happen for you. The Success Partners, Robin did a great job talking about this. Just to let you know, their job is to help you prepare and strategize so that you can do your brave acts. Now, one of the most important brave acts you can do is to connect with people, to invite them into your team. It's the #1 way we build our business. So it's important that you and your success partner put some strategies together about each person on your dream team list or each person on your memory jogger that you want to invite into the business. It can be done in a million different ways. You can get on customer appreciation calls with your success partner and talk to people and congratulate them and thank them for being your customer and see how the issue of becoming a team member may come up. The point of connections is to build a bridge. Sometimes it results in people joining your team, but sometimes it's just a step in the process where you build a bridge of connecting. I know on a lot of 3-way calls that people ask me to do, sometimes I just talk about golf, and it builds that kind of connecting when someone is a little bit nervous about talking on the phone. But your idea here is to put together strategies so that your third-party person you're bringing in feels comfortable, and so that you feel comfortable and you don't avoid the number one success tool in our business, which is connecting with three people. I will just say that, our founder, Jay Martin, he gives very little advice, but he has always said, get a buddy, right? But he has always said, two people have a better chance of influencing a third person than one-on-one. And we want you to utilize that strategy and not be afraid of it. In this process, you will need to hold the vision and trust the process. Thousands of Juice Plus representatives have already been through this program. Many corporate employees in Memphis, in different countries, have been through this program. We have refined it to a place where it will succeed if you will work it. And there will be times when you must remember to hold that vision and trust the process. We will take care of you, we will help you through this, and you will be changed by the end of this. So that's what we wanted to talk about tonight. Anybody that we want to unmute and say anything, a few last words before we close, and then I'll shut off the recording. No, that's not working. Maybe I have to get off sharing. Okay, let's unmute you folks and see if you have any last words. I wonder why it's not unmuting. Can you unmute yourselves, panelists? Yeah, I can do it. For some reason, I'm not able to. Just to say goodnight, and then we'll end the recording.
Thanks, everybody, for saying yes. It's going to be such an exciting journey.
Yes, I am super psyched, and I cannot wait to celebrate everyone April 12th in Sacramento. It's going to be really exciting.
Happy New Year, congratulations, and good luck. We'll see you in Sacramento.
Thanks, everybody.